why do I desire to be uncommon? I can tell you, ever since I was a little kid, if you read my book, I've talked about this a ton in there. I never wanted to be like everybody else. Being like everybody else seemed awful to me. And I got to a point in my adult life where I looked around and I was like, man, you're pretty much like everybody else. You go to work, you have a family, your kids, you got all your kids' activities. And that wasn't me living to my fullest, right? It wasn't me living to my best. And it's almost counterintuitive what you would think. When you start to live to your best and you invest in yourself, a lot of times people think that's selfish, right? Like, oh, you should be doing more for your kids. You should be doing this, not working out as much, not doing this as much, so you have more time for that. And I think the opposite, when you invest in yourself and make yourself your best, you're better for everybody else. And for me, a lot of this goes back to deciding to take that first fight, the first MMA fight in April of, I think, 2014 maybe. You know, I was 42 years old, way older than most people that are going to do their first fight. All kinds of people tell me why I shouldn't do it, the craziness, blah, 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 blah. But I wanted to do it. I wanted to see if I could do it. And because I believed in myself then and I chose a different path, now all of this has resulted from it. The podcast, the books, the relationships. And that's why I desire it. I don't want to go to my grave with people going like, Jerrod died. Can't say I remember that guy. You know what I mean? Like, that is the worst thing to think. Like, I get 80 some years on this planet at most, and to not make anybody else better, to not do anything that people remember would be heartbreaking. So that's why I desire to be uncommon. So what does that mean? It means I take some pain. It means I do things that may not work out all the time. It means, like you and I talk about, we're going to work out, we're going to go on runs, and we're going to physically do stuff that makes our bodies hurt a little bit. But it's part of who we are. It's part of how we become better. And we're going to get up and speak in front of crowds and maybe be nervous and maybe hope we say the right word. But our message is so important that it's worth taking the risk of not being perfect to deliver it.